Well, it was a few years back when the Lord came upon me. Well, that's how some people like to say it. Me, it just felt like some hand reached out and nabbed me and gave me a shake and threw me down. Once my head stopped spinning, I gave myself a look around, and I was in some holler up the valley. And it was full of bones. Dry bones. Dry as an old cow patty. And then God, having a dry sense of humor, God says to me, "Mortal, can these bones live?" And then me, having had some experience with what sounded to me like a loaded question, I just says, "Oh God, you know." And then God says, "Prophesy to these bones and say to them, 'Oh, dry bones.'" Like they didn't know what kind of bones they were. "Oh, dry bones, I will cause breath to enter you, and flesh to come upon you and cover you, and you will live, and you will know that I am Lord." Well, this all seemed a little bit over the wall, even for the Lord God Most High. But remembering the feeling of being come upon, and knowing that the Lord God Most High don't do much of anything that don't have some kind of greater meaning that goes way beyond the surface, I put on my best prophesying face. So I set out a prophesying, feeling downright silly. But pretty soon I got a pretty good rhythm going, when all of a sudden I heard a rattling. Them bones started coming together, bone to bone, and there was sinews and flesh and skin on them. Hair on the back of my neck like stood straight up. And then God says to me, and he had my undivided attention at this point, "Prophesy to the breath. Prophesy, mortal, and say to the breath, 'Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they might live.'" Well, it didn't have to tell me twice. I commenced to prophesying in my grade A, top level, prophesying voice. And sure enough, the breath come into them, and they lived. They stood on their own 2 feet, a whole heaping bunch of them. Now I had hair standing up in places I didn't even know existed. And then God says, "Mortal." He keeps calling me that, like I'm gonna forget it. "Mortal, these bones are the whole house of Israel." And then them bones said, "Our bones are all dried up. We are cut off completely. Our hope is lost." These were some depressed bones. So then God says, "Prophesy." I was starting to see a pattern now. "I will open your graves and bring you up from your graves, O my people." I will bring you back from the land of Israel, and you will know that I'm Lord. I will put my spirit within you and put you on your own soil, and you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken and will act. Well, I just fainted.